everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. Cavaliers to start out. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron and Love, the two superstar forwards. Sharpshooters Irving and J.R. Smith are the backcourt duo. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Fred Hoiberg with the Bulls. Still on his learning curve. Coming from the college game to the pro, he still has some adjustments to go.
Lopez. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
Chicago on defense. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Tyronn Lue. Dave, what do you have to say?
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. And it's Smith missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Rondo. Lopez outside. Here's Wade. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And the return of Wade to his hometown Chicago Bulls, Greg. One of the major stories, certainly, in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, he had bigger offers on the table, but said the only real options for him were Miami or Chicago. And for a Bulls team that seemed on the verge of a rebuild, getting Wade has given them a fighting chance now in the East.
That free throw, no good.
Dwayne Wade at the stripe. How many times have we said that before? He lives there.
And the second free throw, good.
And you look over the career of Dwayne Wade. He was initially a slasher, but he's improved his shot and pull-up jumper immensely, and even has become a threat from deep if you give him space.
Now, here is Irving. Smith for three. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Smith's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And this is where JR can put it on you. Excellent in the catch and shoot.
Rondo passes to Lopez. Back to Rondo. Bulls moving the ball around. The shot by Wade, no good. Thinking again about how Wade's skills have evolved over the years, his offensive game has grown immensely since his rookie season.
And it's why he will go down as one of the all-time greats. His work ethic in improving his game. Fantastic post-up player as a guard. Wade's ability to score in any fashion is what makes him one of the great closers in our game.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Mirotic is checked in for Gibson. Doug McDermott comes in for Butler. Valentine's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Grant in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Cavaliers, Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Smith. And Valentine gets it to go on the assist by Lopez.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Screen by Jefferson. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Bulls trail by 6. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Grant against Irving. Grant outside. Just 5 on the clock. High, arcing shot, and the layup is up and in.
Beautiful looking teardrop. That's a shot that almost impossible to block.
And here's James outside. And it's in! Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater!
What a 3 at the horn as they end the quarter on a high note.
A little joke right at the buzzer.
And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
Go back and I'm able to, read the scouting report, and also when I get to the arena, I also watch more film on each and every guy that's going to be playing, guys that I know I may be, matched up against, throughout the night. So I'm not surprised by anything if it happens throughout the game. So it's a lot of preparation that goes in, to just one game, just trying to get one win, but that's what it takes to win game.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
It's just been a long-range battle for them and one that they're winning right now.
Because this is a team full of sharp shooters whose eyes light up when given the opportunity to shine. And they are really knocking them down right now.
Mirotic and Gibson up front. D-Wade out there with Grant. And it's Butler in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Gibson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Steve, when you think of the classic point of attack for most big men, it's on the low block. But nowadays, a lot of bigs look to attack from the elbow. They've moved out their game, and in your estimation, which big men are the deadliest in that high post position?
LaMarcus Aldridge. He posts up sometimes, Kevin, but more effective at the elbow. Dirk Nowitzki always. Blake Griffin is starting to step out. So you have a lot of guys that play from that high post. Kyle Gasol is another name that comes to mind.
You see the process when they get in the league, comfortable they are down low, you get that. But when they move it out, you can tell they're working on their game, growing in confidence with their game, and they're getting some pretty good coaching to boot.
And you start to look at bigs kind of like small forwards. That's the type of skills they're possessing, and they're sometimes 6'11", 7 feet.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Mirotic with it. Picked up by Thompson. They get it back. Gibson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Mo Williams.
And Gibson is a physical presence for this team, finding ways to draw fouls while going up with his shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. And with Chicago and the Bulls, it seems that no matter what the current team does, they'll always be playing in the shadow of his airness, Michael Jordan.
Tough act to follow when you talk about the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls. Every great player that Bulls have, they get compared to Michael Jordan. That's just not fair.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. McDermott's checked in for Mirotic. Tony Snell comes in for Butler. Valentine's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Grant.
You know, throughout his career, Taj Gibson has proven to be a valuable role player. Pretty good on both ends of the floor. Can do a little bit of everything.
timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
LeBron James has stepped up over the years, both on and off the court. Of course, he plays with that reckless abandon, but off the floor, he's been very involved and vocal about social issues. And more dramatically, he entrusted his marketing empire to his childhood friends. LeBron recalled, people called it the worst decision ever. All this to 3 guys who didn't finish college. He got dirt thrown on all of us, but I always believed in him. Kevin, you can't say it hasn't worked out.
He's broken the mold, DA. Thank you.
I hope people don't forget about Kevin Love's elite numbers back in the days. Crazy numbers. 1 year he averaged 26 and 13 rebounds for the Timberwolves.
One shot, gentlemen.
Bulls making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. That one misses for Love. And for Kevin Love, do you think, Steve, we'll see him get back to those crazy numbers he put up with Minnesota?
You know, I don't think so. The reason why he's playing on this team where he has so many other guys that can do everything, back in Minnesota, he had to do it all. I think for Kevin Love right now, it's about winning and being productive.
Here's Smith. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Smith's got 8 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Outside Rondo releases.
Not a physically imposing defender, but Kyrie with great footwork and timing to affect the shot.
And we finished one half of basketball. Cavaliers lead by 7. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
Come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo, so just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny Smith, right there. And Shaquille O'Neal, he's right there. Welcome to the NBA. Cleveland did not hesitate to set the pace. They showed great chemistry, going on a quick 10-3 run to open up the game. Looking at the scoring breakdown, they ended up going wire to wire in the first quarter, never once giving up their lead. Moving on to quarter number 2, the intensity escalated, but the margin remained the same as they finished the half still up by 7. What you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie, they were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots, did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on the Bulls.
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
That concludes our halftime presentation. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You have to like what we're seeing from J.R. Smith.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Just fundamentally sound basketball. That's what you want out of your offense of each and every game.
Steve, growing up in Michigan, playing for the Spartans of Michigan State, I know you admired, I know you idolized the terrific Magic Johnson. Standing 6'7", 6'8", you even drew some comparisons. Who in today's NBA do you think reminds you most of Magic now?
You know, I would say there are so many guys, but I would say Sean Livingston a little bit, Draymond Green, Kyle Anderson, we call him slow-mo. But I would probably say right now, Draymond Green, kind of the same size, play the same way, and also he went to Michigan State as well.
Yeah, there's another Spartan for you. Tom Izzo does a pretty good job, doesn't he?
He's all right.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair. Smith and LeBron filling out the wings. And it's Irving in at the one spot. And Kyrie Irving, one of the most talented scorers, certainly, Smitty, in the NBA, but he feels the pressure, I think, to try to tighten the screws in his game defensively.
You don't get many nights off defensively at the point guard position in today's NBA. That position is very deep. No excuses, though. To be great, you've got to get it done at both ends.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Cavs back in 2014, bringing in LeBron and bringing in Kevin Love, arguably the best single-season upgrade at the position at that forward spot in NBA history.
It changed everything, but it hasn't all been smooth sailing. There's only one basketball. They're still developing their rapport on the floor, but I think their skills do complement each other.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Rondo kicks to Lopez. Now the feed to Wade. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. J.R. Smith picks one up.
One of the best in the business at drawing contact. Wade knows how to work his way to the line.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, a rock solid 79%.
And the first one drops. Now you look at the star trio of LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love. Smitty, how do you think the Cavs have done as far as integrating the talents of those three?
It's been a big challenge. Reason why all three of these guys are accustomed to having the basketball in their hands and getting a lot of touches. There's only one basketball, and it's not easy. It takes a lot of sacrifice, trust, and commitment.
He hits both from the stripe. Cleveland leading by 4. Irving dishes to James. It's a pick by Love. Smith against Wade. Goes up the baseline. Chicago grabs the miss.
And that's the shot he has to take.
You just can't pass up wide open looks. You must shoot it.
Shot's good by Butler.
There's a certain level of concentration you have to have when your jump shot is being contested. Nothing phases Jimmy Butler.
The screen from Thompson. There's the dish to Smith. No good that time, so the Bulls will take it the other way.
Well, after the Bulls said goodbye to Derrick Rose, you knew they were going to be in the market for a point guard. And Rajon Rondo stepped right in, and although not a direct replacement for what Rose brings, still a very strong signing. They could have done a lot worse when it comes to filling in that lead guard role.
Now here's Irving, following the miss by J.R. Smith. Here's James with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. LeBron's got 7 points.
At a time when everyone's obsessed with threes and dunks, LeBron's showing off a strong in-between game.
And for Rajon Rondo, he showed GA that he was still an elite playmaker in his one-year stop in Sacramento. He felt that Chicago, now with Dwayne Wade, was the perfect fit for him.
And Rondo wasted no time when he got to Chicago. It was apparently a big part of the recruiting effort that landed the team Wade. I mean, a lot of changes for the Bulls, but overall you have to say with Rondo and Wade as their new backcourt, they're in a great spot.
Smith, no luck.
Surprising. He usually puts the dagger in your heart. That wide open from 3.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Pulls up, high post. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Gibson.
Nice read by Dwayne Wade. Beautiful.
Here's Irving. He's got 7. Feeds it to LeBron. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 9 points for LeBron.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And we've reached the end of the third. Cavaliers on top, leading by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Antec at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Grant is out there with Valentine. And it's McDermott in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Williams. The high post shot. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
I don't think the defense have given up. I just think it's too much offensive firepower to hold in check.
Grant against Williams. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket from Grant.
And the defense we've seen today reminds me of that great defensive era back in the 80s.
This game has been all about high flying and sharp shooting, not about buckling down on D.
Screen by Jefferson. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Shumpert.
Nice assist. Shumpert's a pretty good passer. Got to give him credit on that one.
1:58 left to play here in the fourth. Mirotic passes to Grant. Mirotic the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Grant.
What a shot over the bigger defender. That could prove to be a massive bucket.
That's coming up big in the clutch. Rising up and burying it.
Johnny Snell's checked in for Chicago. And then for Cleveland, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Fry. It's Dunleavy in for Williams. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told them, hey, they're ready to give up. We're close to winning this game, but we're not done yet. I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well we got the point across.
Thank you, David. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter. Oh, wide open look from Love. No good with the triple. Bulls trailed by 4. Grant with the ball. Lopez a screen. Here's Mirotic, and it's Chicago scoring again.
And you can see the confidence Mirotic's teammates have in him. A true gamer who gets the job done for them.
Dunleavy kicks to Love. Pass to Dunleavy. Love up top, covered by Mirotic. Shumpert in the corner. Clock at 4. Shot on the wing, and right through it goes. And the Cavaliers lead by 4. Bulls have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. 54 seconds left in the game. Valentine with it, now guarded by Shumpert. Mirotic, the screen. The pass to Snell. From deep three-point range, they get the rebound. Buries it, and he has brought them to within 2 points.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
The difference is he wanted it. There was no way he was letting anybody else take that shot.
Here's Dunleavy. On the wing, Thompson. Good!
If Thompson's able to develop a mid-range game, watch out.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're losing by 4. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mirotic. Jimmy Butler comes in for Tony Snell. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Valentine. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Grant. And then for Cleveland, James checked in for Jefferson. Smith comes in for Shumpert. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Dunleavy. Here's Rondo. He feeds it to Gibson. Kicks it to Lopez. From about 16, nails it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And it's rare to see that, but Lopez shows some confidence knocking down the mid-range jumper.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
You know, Kyrie is a star in this league, but he has a chance to be a superstar.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Flawless execution there. That's a wrap.
Chicago calls timeout. They're behind by 4. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Rondo, sinks it, and that shot brings them to within just 1.
Rondo showing once again that championship pedigree. Someone came to play.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
You know how accurate JR is from 3. That's how relatively inaccurate he can be from the line sometimes.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Chicago calls timeout. They're losing by 1. 7 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
Patience is the key. Let's see what they come up with here.
The shot by Butler, nobody around.
Defense, what defense? Jimmy Butler was determined to knock that one down.
Timeout called, Cleveland. They're down by 1. 5 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And this is it, guys. Down 1. They've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
Here's James. Inside. Lopez with the steal. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Rajan, what decided this game?
Stops. I think we executed offensively, came up with some lucky plays, and we got stops at the end.
And you fed off of that and got the victory. Thanks again, Rajan. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our Taj Gibson.
He was outrageous. He shot a red shooting percentage from the field, hitting from everywhere. It didn't matter where he was or who was guarding it. The defense tried to make adjustments, so what? Still knocked down shots.
And that's it for tonight, but we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.